Shalom Akim, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash. I want to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. In this lesson, I want to go into putting off the old man, and coming in to this truth and renewing your mind every day, whatever you used to do in the old world, smoking bud, smoking tree weed, cigarettes, black and milds, any other type of drugs that you may have been doing, This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that renewing of your mind is, changing up the way you think, doing different things that you might have done in the world, listening to different types of music, because rap music has different vibrations, when you listen to that all the time, as long as you don't let it, influence you, don't listen to it, or if you can handle it and if it's not a problem for you, then go ahead. But, for brothers that are newer in this truth, it's best to stay away from those type of vibrations, and that type of music, It's that nigga culture, so-called, I'm going to read from the top. The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Like I said, if you're always out going to the clubs, that's being in a mirthful spirit, always trying to go, be with worldly ass people, because that's all there is in these, these nightclubs, it's best if you go, if you do go with the brother in this truth, and make sure you both are on the same page. Like, hey, we're going to do this and that, limit the drinking if you have to, each brother has his own measures according to, drinking. So, it's always best to go with a brother in the truth, to a bar, because that's not being in a mirthful spirit. And, switching up the things that you listen to, you can put on these, it's called 432 hertz music, and it's like calming music, it just, even instrumentals, even like other types of music, like slow music, R&B, it's like some type of EDM music that just chill, that type of music, you need to feed your soul good vibrations, good energies, because hey, music carries energies, man. That, what do they always rap about, fucking other man's, that's Jake loves that shit, fucking other dudes, girls, selling drugs, showing off all these guns that they have. What else? Scamming motherfuckers, that's the culture that's in right now, everybody around the world, or more so, yeah, around the world is on that stuff, man. So you got to change it up. You got to change it up, and, you got to discipline yourself. That's most importantly, you got to discipline yourself, and, it's a process, don't overwhelm yourself by doing, you can't be over righteous as well, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't, try to jump into things too quick, because, hey, that would be bad for you, man. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. You need to put off the former conversation with your old self, man. The old things I used to do, switch it up. Because it is, what does it say right here? Salakia. You get what I'm saying, though. It says right there, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, because it's lust of the flesh, man. It feels good to us in the moment, drinking, over drinking, when you hit that little weed, you know, when you hit that little cigarette or vape or whatever you guys smoking on, you know, you got to put that shit down, man. And you got to focus on what's really important, you know, coming more into this truth and getting more in tune to this song, you know. In the full entirety, you know, you got to follow, you know, through the spirit. I believe, you know, GMS has the 100% truth. You know, you can't be following these other, you know, these other camps, you know, Sakari, IUIC, and so on, you know. You only got to follow the GMS doctrine, you know, and listen to, you know, the apostles and elders videos, you know, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakah, you know, and down the list. It goes down the list, man. Don't go over here listening to other camps, because then you're not gonna know what's right. You know, you're gonna have too many doctrines, and you don't know what doctrine is which, you know, or which is the true doctrine. You know, this is the book of Ephesians 4 in chapter 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh Shem Yahushai is created in righteousness and true holiness. You know, we're created in righteousness, but, you know, we're sold under sin, you know, because we turned away from our higher power. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. You know, so this is what it's going into right here, you know. He that is unjust, let him be unjust. You know, you can't change the other shit these people doing. You got to focus on what you got going, you know. You can only give them counsel and advice, you know. But if they don't follow it, hey, that's on them, you know. If they don't take heed to the word that we're saying, that's on them, because they didn't take heed to the warning that we were giving them. You know, if they're filthy, let them be filthy, man. You can't change. You can only do so much for somebody, man. You can only, you know, talk to them, you know, and give them wise counsel. You know, you can't hold nobody's hand in this thing, man. This is, hey. What's that one scripture? Let me look for it real quick. Don't want to butcher it. Yes, sir. Right here. Look. It's the book. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. My Wi-Fi is a little slow, but it says right here, you know. All right. Let's go. Come on, man. So lock it. Bear with me. Okay, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You know, you gotta study. You know, like I said, you can't hold nobody's hand in this. You can't, you know, hey, let's go do this. Come on, hey, you gotta get on. You know, you can only tell them, hey, you ain't doing your lessons. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you can't do this for them. You know, it don't work like that. You know, you gotta let these. You know, you can only, like I said, you can only do so much for somebody, man. And you gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta fear the Lord and do this on your own. You know, if you don't, the fear of the Lord, it comes wisdom. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, if they don't fear the Lord, that's on them. You know, Shaitan's just over. You know, they're on demon time basically. You know, they don't want to hear you, man. You know, don't even. You know, shit. So if you try to tell one of your friends in the world this truth, and you want to keep on telling him and trying to get him to repent and stuff, man, you just gotta let him go. Don't fuck with them no more. Straight up, you know. You gotta be. We gotta be blunt, you know, cause hey, the times are coming soon. You know, Jacob's trouble. You know, you gotta pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he gives you that, you know, that mind, a clear mind and a sound mind to see death, man. Even your own family dying, man. Your dad, your mom, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. It goes down the list, man. You gotta pray, because this is some real shit that we're getting into, And we already see prophecy popping off, man. You gotta be a watchman, man. You gotta blow that horn. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 31. Yeah, Salakia. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of their own. Salakia. Getting too excited, man. I'm gonna start from the top. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. They eating the fruit of their own way. Whatever they do, that's the fruits, man. Hey, when you do good things, you're going to get good fruits, And when you do bad things, you're just going to get bad fruits, man. So, hey, if somebody's doing something in righteousness, they're going to be getting things back in that order, man. If they're doing evil things, then that's what they're getting back, You put out evil, you receive evil. You put out good, you get good, man. That's how it is, man. Hey, karma will get to you, man. If you out here still selling drugs, doing this and that, trying to make some quick money and not putting your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai to help you pay anything, pay some bills, or give you something. You gotta lean on Yahweh Shem Yahushai in full faith, man. I'm gonna go from the top. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. And be filled with their own devices. And I'm going to go to something to back that up. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and verse 11. Then said I, Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and be the land, Salakia, and the land be utterly desolate. All right, I'm going to reread it. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 11. Then said I, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. So this is saying, whatever they do, that's what they're going to receive, and be filled with their own devices. They're going to be doing this shit until, the nukes come in. They're going to be doing evil until that day, until, them nukes just dropped on this bitch, man. And that's going to be their judgment, because, hey, we know there's going to be cannibal gangs, people out here stealing and killing from their neighbor, even from their own, family. So you got to be prepared, to see shit like this, And you got to, the renewing of the mind, man, you got to put your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's going to keep you safe. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. I'm going to read it down to 8. Start at 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So if you motherfuckers out here doing evil shit, doing, pleasing your flesh, giving into the lust of this world, it's going to be an ugly death for you, man. Lord knows, man. Hey, let me get this one. Salakia. So, here we go. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, man. Look. Let me get it out real quick. Lock you. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. You don't know what type of judgment you can get, man. You gotta take this shit serious. Don't take it with no grain of salt. You gotta take this shit serious, cause, hey, man, the Lord He'll really do it to you, man. You get stabbed up, bleed out and die, Hey, even worse, hey, die of hunger, man. And that, hey, we know to be slain of the sword is better to be slain of hunger, man, roughly paraphrasing. You know, so, hey, you got to change your mindset in this thing, because we coming into the times of Jacob's trouble. And things are going to get real ugly out here. And you got to, hey, you got to really believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to deliver you out of this, man. Even if you get set into these FEMA camps, you know. You know, I just wanted to hit on that lesson, you know, the quick little lesson, man. I hope it was edifying to you Akyam watching this, you know. I hope it reached the ears of the hopeful elect. And with that, I'm going to say,